Koti Chandra Shushitala Nitai pada kamala Koti Chandra Shushitala Nitai pada kamala Koti Chandra Shushitala Jechaya Jagata Juraya Jaya Jagata Juraya He Nonitai Binebai Radha Krishna Paitenai He Nonitai Binebai Kore dharani tar paya Vrida kore dharani tar paya Se sambandh nahi jara Vrita janma gelo tara Bara durachara Sei pashu bara durachara Nitai na bolila muke Majilo samsara suke Nitai na bolila muke Bayalita Pranonita Nitai he Nitai na bolila muke Majila samsara sukhe Nitai na bolila mukhe Majila samsara sukhe Vidya kule ki koriben tara Vidya kule Nitai pada pacharia Ahankara mata haya Nitai pada pacharia Asha tere satya kori mani Asha tere satya kori mani Nitaier karuna habe Braje Radha Krishna pabe Nitaier karuna habe Braje Radha नित्या तहारा सेवक नित्या
निताय चरण सत्या तहारा सेवक नित्या
निताय पद सदा करयाश
निताय पद सदा करयाश
नरतम बर दुखी निताय मोरे कर सुखी
नरतम बर दुखी निताय मोरे कर सुखी
दयानिता प्रभु हे नरोत्तम बर दुखी निताय मोरे कर सुखी
नरतम बर दुखी निताय मोरे कर सुखी
गौरंग चरणेर पाश निताय पाद कमला घोति चंद्र सुशीतला
निताय पाद कमला कोटि चंद्र सुशीतला
निताय पाद कमला घोति चंद्र सुशीतला
निताय पाद कमला कोटि चंद्र सुशीतला
जे छाया जगत जुराय कोटि चंद्र सुशीतला
कोटि चंद्र सुशीतला
निताय पाद कमला कोटि चंद्र सुशीतला
निताय पाद कमला कोटि चंद्र सुशीतला
जे छाया जगत जुराय
जय जय जगत जुराय
हे नो निताय बिनेवाय राधा कृष्ण पैते नाय
हे निताय बिनेवाय राधा कृष्ण पैते नाय
दृढ़ कोरे धरनी तर पाय
दृढ़ कोरि धरनी तर पाय
से संबंध नाही जार व्रता जन्म गेलो तार
से संबंध नाही जरा वृथा जन्म विरतारा
bara durachara. Dayalnita Pranonita Nitai he Nitai na bolila muke Majila samsara suke
Nitai na bolila muke Majila samsara suke
Bidakule ki koriben tara
Vidakule ki koriben tara
Ahankara mata hoya Nitai pada pachariya
Ahankara mata hoya Nitai pada pachariya
And why does my thing not have my picture on it? Why did it do that?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada, all goes to Maharaj, all the Vaishnavas.
All the Vaishnavas. 1 second, Mataji. Hare Krishna devotees, please accept our humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Would like to invite all of you for this Saturday Sangha Puriksha program. And today we'll be having Her Grace Savitri Mataji's class and an important topic, pastimes of Nitai. And before we start, I'd like to introduce Mataji to, I know most of us know about Mataji, but just to introduce Mataji. Mataji has been in ISKCON movement for more than 3 decades in ISKCON movement, and Mataji is to serve in different levels in the movement, giving classes and prasadam and book distribution, whatnot, in so many activities. Mataji has been doing services. So it's I'm not even qualified to give what are the different services Mataji performs. Innumerable services Mataji performs. It's hard to explain. And currently Mataji has been in Maipur Dham. She's in the Dham right now, and it's 8:30 p.m. But still Mataji is so flexible and so favorable to ISKCON Richmond devotees, and of course not specific to ISKCON Richmond, but across the nation. And now I would like to hear from Mataji about pastimes of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Mataji, You can take it from over here, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I'm really honored and very grateful to all of you for giving me this opportunity to glorify Nityananda Prabhu, to share with all of you Nityananda Prabhu's Leela pastimes. Thank you again. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sva Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Nitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanitanscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Mancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yes. Now, especially in Dham, right now, everywhere we can experience the festive mood. Nityananda Appearance Day, we celebrated before that. Advaita Acharya Prabhu's Appearance Day we celebrated. And now Gaura Purnima is coming. And whole Magha and Falgun, 2 months for Gauriya Vaishnav Sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gauriya Vaishnav Sampradaya, very auspicious. And we become very much grateful for the appearance of Shri Advaita Prabhu, Shri Nityananda Prabhu, Gauranga Prabhu, Gadadhar Prabhu, Panchatattva, because in Kali Yuga, it was Krishna's great plan for us to deliver us from the clutches of birth and death and to give us Krishna Prema, thus become eligible for going back home, back to Godhead. Their only mission is to give us Krishna Prema. Krishna Prema means giving Krishna and forgiving our all sins, not to consider our sinful life or whatever. Whether we desire to achieve Krishna Prema or not, but Krishna in the form of Panchatattva is so determined to give us Krishna Prema. Just we have to accept their mercy. We have to beg their mercy, and then we can achieve we can attain Krishna Prema. Now, human life is very important. Human life is meant for that, achieving Krishna Prema. Out of 8.4 millions of life forms, only this single human form is most valued. Why? Because in this single is the human form, we can understand what is our true identity, who are we, who is Supreme, and what is our relationship, how can I approach Supreme Lord, and how can I achieve his association, how can I be with Krishna in his eternal abode in the spiritual world. So this is our goal, and this can be achieved only in the human form of life. So Nityananda Prabhu, when he appeared in this world, he appeared with a mission to deliver us from the clutches of birth and death by giving us directly the Prema, Krishna Prema. And we know he is our original Guru. How he is our original Guru, we just try to understand, with few sentences. As we know, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur to go to door and beg for one thing. What is that? That please, I'm requesting, please, Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shikha. 3 things. Can you please do? I'm requesting you, I'm praying, I'm begging. Please chant Krishna's holy name. Please worship Krishna. And please try to understand Krishna's instructions in the form of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, Nityananda Prabhu acted as our spiritual master. Same instruction is still going on through the disciplic succession. Spiritual masters, our Acharya, they simply speak these 3 things. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Shikha. So Nityananda Prabhu, on the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, acted as our original spiritual master. And also, Krishna appears with 3 missions, right? Paritranaya sadhunam, vinashaya cha dushkritam, dharma samsthapanarthaya, sambhavami yuge yuge. So Gauranga Mahaprabhu also appeared with these 3 missions. Paritranaya sadhunam, by giving the love of God and take them back to the spiritual world. And Vinashaya cha dushkritam, he showed that mood when during the Jagai Madhai pastimes, that Madhai hit the forehead of Nityananda Prabhu by throwing a piece of earthen pot. Then his forehead was bleeding profusely. As soon as Gauranga Mahaprabhu got the information, he came at once with a very angry mood. He wanted to kill Madhai because he actually hit his very dear second self, Nityananda Prabhu. He did not tolerate that. He summoned the chakra. But Nityananda Prabhu stopped. No. In this age, you came only with one mission. Dharma samsthapanarthaya and paritranaya sadhunam. Here sadhu means everyone. Do not see anyone's faults here. Whether one has the qualification or no qualification, you distribute freely love of God in the form of holy name. Also, Dharma Samsthapanarthaya, Yuga Dharma is a holy name, chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. That also was established combinedly by Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, and later all Panchatattva, inaugurated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and expanded by Nityananda Prabhu, and also other members of Panchatattva. In this way, combinedly, Panchatattva is none other than Krishna in 5 forms. Established the Yuga Dharma, Harinam Sankirtan, and also giving the love of God directly, freely. So Nityananda Prabhu also established the Dharma by just a second. By spreading the Hare Krishna chanting. So I wanted to just touch 2 pastimes of Nityananda Prabhu, which I meditate on, and not so much heard of that those two pastimes. One is that first time when Nityananda Prabhu met with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is in the house of Nandan Acharya, and this Nandan Acharya's house is just around the corner of our apartment. Just around. Daily we can hear their morning program, evening program, Sandhya Arati, morning Arati, because it's just around, maybe within 200 meters. Nandan Acharya's house. As we know, Nityananda Prabhu, after traveling all the places of pilgrimage, he reached Sri Vrindavan Dham prior to coming Navadvip. Sri Vrindavan Dham, he traveled whole Sri Vrindavan Dham, and he was remembering his previous pastimes as Lord Balaram, or Baladev, Krishna's elder brother, Balaram. Sometimes rolling on the grounds and remembering his wonderful pastimes with Krishna. And he was feeling to meet with Krishna. But he searched everywhere, he could not find Krishna. So he asked so many Brajbasis, where Krishna is now. Where is Krishna? How can I find Krishna? Then they said, now in this Kali Yuga, Krishna has appeared in Navadvip, and he has inaugurated great Sankirtan Yagna, because all over India, only Bengal at the time was famous for Harinam Sankirtan. Still it is famous for. And through ISKCON, it is now being, spread everywhere. But this street chanting, Nagar Kirtan, or mass Harinam Sankirtan, only it was present in Bengal. It is actually eternally like that. This place is all about Kirtan, Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, or holy names of Krishna. Holy names of Krishna's chanting. Mahaprabhu also chanted so many different ways, Harinam, like Krishna, 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 hey. This one also, Hari Harai Namo Krishna, Jaduvai Namo, Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudana. Like many different ways he chanted Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Also, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Mainly this. Congregational chanting, always there in Bengal. So the Brajbasis informed Nityananda that Krishna is now performing his pastimes in Navadvip, and he has started great Sankirtan Yagna over there. So you please go to Navadvip Dham and you can meet your brother Krishna. So when he was informed, he then started to come to Bengal. And remember that time everybody would travel everywhere on foot. So when he came, when he was coming to Navadvip, here in Navadvip Dham, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also waiting for Nityananda Prabhu to join him. So he would speak to the devotees over here who were his associates that soon a very great personality will come over here. His name is Nityananda. And he is my very dear brother, Nityananda Prabhu. He would come and he would expand this Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I feel vacant without him. And Nityananda Prabhu also started to, as he was also missing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association, just he was waiting, Nityananda Prabhu was waiting for Gauranga Mahaprabhu to inaugurate the Sankirtan movement. So at that time, it was perfect time and arrangement for Nityananda Prabhu to join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also was longing for Nityananda Prabhu to come here and to join. So once he was saying, and devotees were very happy to hear about Nityananda Prabhu, and they were eagerly waiting to meet with Nityananda Prabhu. So when Nityananda Prabhu arrived in Navadvip Dham, and specifically Mayapur Dham, so he wanted, let Gauranga Mahaprabhu meet me or see me or introduce me. So he came to Nandanacharya's house and stayed within his house, not manifesting him that he has arrived. Here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu understood Nityananda Prabhu already arrived. He then ordered Srivas Thakur, Haridas Thakur, that Nityananda Prabhu already arrived in Mayapur Dham. Please go and bring him here while he was in Srivas Angan. So from here to Srivas Angan, like 2-3 kilometers distance. So Haridas Thakur and Srivas Thakur, they came and they searched everywhere. They had gone to every Vaishnava's house, but could not see Nityananda Prabhu, could not find Nityananda Prabhu. They searched for 9 hours everywhere, the whole area, Navadvip, or maybe Greater Navadvip, Mayapur. They could not find. So they went back to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and said that, Prabhu, we did not find Nityananda Prabhu. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, okay, let's go. Then he took Haridas Thakur, Srivas Thakur, Mukunda, and other exalted associates. They all came directly to Srivas, Nandanacharya's house, just around the corner here. I love to go to that place. It has so much spiritual potency. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived with his associates, then Nityananda Prabhu came out. At that moment, both brothers, they were just seeing each other and their emotions. This is to understand how they were so happy seeing each other. By seeing Mahaprabhu, he became fainted, actually. He fainted. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed the identity of Nityananda Prabhu. Immediately he said Srivas Thakur to chant one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, very famous verse, right? Varha pidam natavara vapu karnayo karnikaram Vibrat Bhasa Kanaka Kapisham by Jentinchamala. Randran Benuradhara Sudhaya Purayan Gopabrindei Vrindaranyam Swapadaramanam Pravishat Gita Kirtihi. It describes Krishna's beauty and his pastimes, how he goes to the forest taking the cows. Let me read the translation of this verse. It is so beautiful. Wearing a peacock feather ornament upon his head. This is the Chaitanya Bhagavat book from here. It's all about translation. So it is in that Madhya Khanda, chapter 4. Wearing a peacock feather ornament upon his head, flowers, blue kornikara on his ears, a yellow garment as brilliant as gold, and the Vaijayanti garland. Lord Krishna exhibited his transcendental form as the greatest of dancers as he entered the forest of Vrindavan, beautifying it with the marks of his footprints. He filled the holes of his flute with the nectar of his lips, and the cowherd boys sang his glories. And the Lord then said to Srivas Thakur, sing again and again, because Nityananda Prabhu lost his consciousness of this ecstatic emotion by seeing Gauranga Mahaprabhu and meeting with Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Now, very beautiful point. I love that point. Then by repeatedly hearing the same verse again and again by Srivas Thakur, because Mahaprabhu said, he came back to his external senses. As soon as he, Nityananda Prabhu, regained his consciousness, immediately he fell on the lotus feet of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And then Gauranga Mahaprabhu picked him up and embraced him and held him on his lap. And Nityananda Prabhu totally gave himself to the lap of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then everyone was saying, this is exactly like Lord Ramachandra embracing Lakshmana on his lap, while Lakshmana was hit by a Shakti shell, by Indrajit. He was unconscious, and then Lord Rama embraced Lord Lakshmana and placed him on his lap and showering so much love on Lakshmana, exactly like that way, because Balram also Lakshman in Lord Ramachandra's Leela. So Nityananda Prabhu totally surrendered his whole self to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. That emotion, that scene, I meditate on, is so beautiful. That first meeting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu. Lord Nityananda, Lord Gaurachandra and all the devotees began to cry in joy, seeing such a total absorption and madness in love of Krishna. And Lord Chaitanya flooded Lord Nityananda with ecstatic tears of love. The arrow of ecstatic love of Krishna had afflicted Nityananda, and Chaitanya held him just as Ramachandra had held Lakshmana when he lay unconscious, drained of all strength. Both Nityananda and Chaitanya wept, overwhelmed with joy. The intensity of love between Chaitanya and Nityananda can be properly described only by the example of the loving relationship between Ramachandra and Lakshmana. When Nityananda came out of his ecstatic trance, all the devotees began loudly chanting Lord Hari's name. Vishwambara was embracing Nityananda, and Gadadhar Pandit smiled, thinking how their lordship's roles had been reversed. He thought Nityananda Prabhu as Ananta Shesha rendered service to Lord Vishwambara by becoming the bed upon which Lord Narayana always rests. However, today his pride as a servitor has been broken and he lies in Vishwambara's embrace. So this is the point, the ecstasy that Vishwambara and Nityananda experienced in their meeting is impossible to portray through words, but it found expression in the continuous tears of joy from their eyes that drenched the earth. Lord Vishwambara said, "This is the most glorious day in my life. Today I have seen the embodiment of loving devotion to the Supreme Lord, the essence of our four Vedas. Only the Supreme Lord himself can manifest such intense ecstasy." The fortunate souls who were able to see his loving devotion will never be rejected by Lord Krishna. Now I understand that you, Lord Nityananda, are the full-fledged manifestation of Lord's energy. You are none different from him. The living entities can obtain loving devotional service at the lotus feet of Krishna simply by worshiping you. You purify the entire cosmic manifestation, and your transcendental nature is inconceivable, incomprehensible, and esoteric. You are the personification of the highest ecstatic love of Krishna. Even a moment's association with you can dissolve millions of sins. I can now understand that Lord Krishna intends to purify and redeem me as he is giving me your association. It is my great fortune that I am able to see your lotus feet. I know that if I worship your lotus feet, then I will surely receive love of Krishna. The Gadadhar Pandit actually said these things. So this emotional joy, ecstasy, while meeting with Lord, that I love to meditate, because we see Gauranga Mahaprabhu's form, we see Nityananda Prabhu's form, but we must have this emotional connection with them, that my life is now totally given to your lotus feet, and please make me your instrument in any way possible. And later, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified Nityananda Prabhu so nicely. Then Nityananda Prabhu actually told, now this is the time where Nityananda Prabhu first revealed the identity of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. He said this point, when I was searching for Krishna in Vrindavan, then Brajbasis told me that Krishna is not now in Vrindavan now. He's in Navadvip. So in this way, I was informed and came to Navadvip and found you, my brother, my Krishna. So in this way, Nityananda Prabhu revealed the identity of Krishna. That same Vrindavan Krishna has now appeared in Navadvip as Krishna, Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gauranga Mahaprabhu not yet revealed his own identity yet, because later through his pastimes, he would reveal in Siva's Angan, Sat Prahariya, that is Ishwariya Bhava, his supreme identity as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he revealed later. He also showed Shadabhuj forms to Nityananda Prabhu and others. But this is the first time that Nityananda Prabhu revealed identity of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Gauranga Mahaprabhu also revealed Nityananda Prabhu's identity, that he is Lord Balaram. So by his own lotus mouth, Gauranga Mahaprabhu beautifully described Nityananda Prabhu's glorification, glories, or mahima, or his so nice pastimes in Vrindavan as Balaram. Everything he revealed, but this would be a big, big discussion, and it will take time. But another pastime I wanted to share, that is after Jagai Madhai Uddhar, as we know how Nityananda Prabhu and Gauranga Mahaprabhu, they delivered Jagai and Madhai. Mainly Nityananda Prabhu's role is there in deliverance of Jagai Madhai. Jagai's full name was Jagdananda, and Madhai's full name is Madhavananda. They were born in Brahmin family, but they acted as enemies of Lord Gauranga. They always tried to stop Sankirtan movement, and they were very sinful personalities. So Nityananda Prabhu was thinking, how to establish Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's greatness or glories or his magnanimity in giving love of Godhead. He selected in his mind two most sinful personalities at the time, Jagai and Madhai. Most of the time they remain, always intoxicated. And they did all sorts of sinful activities that we don't want to mention those sinful activities they did. So under the order of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu would go door to door to deliver everyone by making them accepting this chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and worshipping Krishna and learning Krishna's teachings as he spoke in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Understanding philosophy is also very important. Three things together we should continue. We must chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Also, we should worship the deity form of Krishna, as well as studying the scriptures. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam should be our regular practice. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Koro Krishna, Shikha. Three things together simultaneously we must do. Otherwise, our bhakti would not be pure. We'll remain attached to this material world. Bhakti means, in a simple way to understand what is bhakti, simple definition is to become attached to Krishna and detached from the material affection. Because we have only one heart or one mind. Either it can be attached here or it can be attached there. If we do everything, the devotional service, but my mind is absorbed here, that means that we are not progressing. In this way, we have spent so many lifetimes already. But this lifetime, we have to make it final. How? By becoming totally detached from material absorption or material attachment and completely attached to Krishna. That comes with these two other items: chanting of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, worshipping Krishna's deities, as well as association and reading the scriptures, especially in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So why I'm saying that after Jagai and Madhai were delivered and Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, they have forgiven their offenses and sins, and they accepted Jagai and Madhai as surrendered souls and devotees, and they were transformed totally, completely by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu and Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Their lives totally changed. They became fully surrendered soul, and every day they would chant 2 lakhs of holy name, following all the rules and regulations, become very saintly person actually. This is the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu. By Nityananda Prabhu's compassion and mercy, their lives have been changed. But Madhai, who hit Nityananda Prabhu, would never, ever had any peace in his mind. He would lament, he would regret profusely that how he had done this most abominable act to hit the transcendental body of Nityananda Prabhu. Day and night he would think about it. How can I achieve forgiveness of Nityananda Prabhu? I did such heinous act. I hit Nityananda Prabhu's transcendental body. So one day he approached Nityananda Prabhu in a secluded place, and he then revealed his heart, that how he feels day and night this way, regretting and reproaching himself and lamenting. So when Nityananda Prabhu heard, and Nityananda Prabhu said, "You are already forgiven by us. You are an our devotee. Just go on chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and lead a very saintly life." Then Nityananda, then Madhai or Madhavendra, not Madhavendra, Madhvananda or Madhai offered beautiful prayers to Nityananda Prabhu. It is not much known to us. I love to read that glorification of Nityananda Prabhu by Madhai. So this portion I want to read from this book. This is Chaitanya Bhagavat. So now I'm reading. By Lord Chaitanya's mercy, Jagai and Madhai were now completely transformed personalities. They were very devoted and pillars of piety. Before sunrise, they would complete their bathing in the Ganga and sit down to chant name of Krishna 200,000 times, 2 lakh. Out of humility, they always condemned themselves for their lowly position, and with tears in their eyes, they incessantly chanted Krishna's holy name. By tasting the marvelous nectar of the holy name and devotional service, they could now see that everything and everyone was inherently part and parcel of Krishna. When memories of their older sinful ways plagued them, they fell almost unconscious to the ground, repentant and weeping. They cried out, "O most merciful Lord Chaitanya, O Savior of the fallen souls." Remembering the Lord's mercy again and again, they shed tears of joy. The happiness they experienced in Krishna's service would make them forget even about eating. Each time they considered the mercy showed upon them by Lord Chaitanya, they wept uncontrollably. Lord Chaitanya and the other devotees were always being very kind to them. This gave them hope and inspiration. The Lord himself came to feed them, but still they could not feel any peace deep inside. Before they were so different. Now they're totally very humble, meek, and saintly devotees. Madhai especially felt greatly afflicted each time he remembered how heinously he had struck Nityananda. Although Nityananda had forgiven him, Madhai was far from feeling peace. He would say, I have heard Nityananda Prabhu drawing blood from him. In his body resides Lord Chaitanya, and yet I am so sinful and I struck such a personality. Speaking like this, Madhai punished himself. Always at such memories, Madhai was unable to contain his feelings, and day and night he cried. Nothing else came to his mind. Always in the mood of a child, Nityananda roamed about in Nadia, laughing and carefree. Always happy, he was very easy to please and completely free of any sense of false prestige. One day, Madhai found Nityananda all alone and threw himself down, embracing his lotus feet. With tears of love, he washed his Nityananda's feet, and in complete humility, he offered prayers. Now the prayer begins. Okay? O Lord, as Vishnu, you maintain this universe, and as Ananta Shesh, you hold the entire cosmic manifestation upon your hoods. You are the embodiment of devotional service, and Lord Shankara and his consort Parvati Devi constantly meditate upon you. Devotional service to the Lord is exclusively your property, and thus it is your prerogative to grant anyone the eligibility for devotional service. No one is dearer to Lord Chaitanya than you. Remember, Madhai is offering this prayer, okay, to Nityananda. By your grace, the mighty Garuda participates in Lord Krishna's pastimes as the Lord's carrier. With your unlimited mouths, you constantly chant the glories of Lord Krishna, explaining and propounding the process of devotional service as the highest human attainment. Devarshi Narad experiences inestimable bliss, inestimable bliss chanting your glories. Your only and most treasured possession is Lord Chaitanya. You are famous as the one who forced the Yamuna to change their course and flow according to your desire. King Janaka received transcendental knowledge by serving you. Being the original person, the primeval supreme personality as proclaimed in the Vedas, you embody essence of all scripture. You are the greatest mystic. You are Lakshmana, the valorous prince and the divine father of every living entity. You are the vanquisher of the demoniac and atheistic forces, the supreme enjoyer of all mellows and the foremost spiritual guide. You are well conversant with all the Lord Chaitanya's pastimes. You are fully devoted to Lord Chaitanya, and so you are the most proficient propagator of the path of devotional service. You are the sum total of all the potencies of Lord Chaitanya. You expand yourself as Lord Chaitanya's bed, throne, resting place, and umbrella. You are his very life and soul. As Balaram, you are matchless in your service to Krishna. As Nityananda, you are the foremost of Lord Chaitanya's associates and the origin of all the expansions of Lord Chaitanya. You are always delivering the fallen and annihilating the atheists. You are the protector of the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord and the propounder of the true religion, the process of pure devotional service to the Lord. By your grace, Lord Brahma creates the universe. You are always worshipped by your energies. Revati Devi, Baruni Devi, and Kanti Devi. Although you seem to be doing everything, yet you are not engaged in any work. O Lord, the entire cosmic manifestation rests upon your bosom. Your body is very soft and gives Krishna very great pleasure when you expand yourself as his bed for him to lie upon. However, I am so monstrous and sinful that I hurt the very same transcendental body of yours, who is more wretched than I. Your transcendental form is constantly worshipped by Lord Shiva, accompanied by his beautiful consort Parvati and her young maiden servants. Simply by remembering your form, one is freed from all bondage. This very same spiritual body was bleeding due to my misdeeds. Chitraketu, the famous emperor, was living most happily by worshipping you and was counted almost amongst the foremost Vaishnava devotees. That same form, which is worshipped by the entire universe, was brutally hit by me, the lowest of sinners. The sages of Naimisharanya forest, headed by sage Shaunaka, became freed from all material entanglements by meditating upon your form as your expansion, Lakshmana. You were wounded in battle by Indrajit, son of Ravana, and for this you slew him. Similarly, the gorilla demon Dvivida met with a premature death at your hands because he was foolishly harassed. The mighty Jarasandha was also vanquished by you for being inimical to you. Yet, being so foolish, I could not understand my own benefit, and so I inflicted pain upon your transcendental form. I did not know the consequences of such an act, for when Rukmi, Krishna's brother-in-law, insulted you, you took his life. Roma Harshana Sutta was blessed with a long life by the sages of Naimisharanya, but when he failed to accord to you due respect, you slew him with a blade of grass. For disregarding your words, King Duryodhana and his entire dynasty were almost exterminated. It was their good fortune that elevated devotees like Kunti Devi, Bhishma, Yudhishthir, Vidura, and Arjuna intervened and supplicated you with appropriate words on their behalf. So in this way, he was saying, right? When one's very life is at stake for just by a little disrespect shows towards you, then to what depth of depravity and hell must I enter for my heinous act? Speaking like that, Krishna Prema swelled up in Madhai and he fell to the ground, clutching the Lord's lotus feet to his bosom. Madhai continued to pray. The shelter of your lotus feet can save anyone from the endless cycle of rebirth. You have appeared simply to deliver the most fallen. So, my dear Lord, kindly protect this fallen soul surrendered to you, for you are my life, soul, and most treasured goal. All glory to Lord Nityananda, the darling son of Padmavati Devi. You are the most precious jewel of all Vaishnava devotees. You are completely free from any ill will, always submerged in the highest state of blissfulness, and are always inclined to forgive those who are surrendered unto you. I am the most atrocious beast and offender, so kindly forgive me, Lord, for all my offenses. Nityananda smiled after he said such wonderful prayer. Nityananda smiled, hearing the loving supplications offered to him, and said, "Get up, arise, O Madhai. You are my servitor. I now reside within your body. Is the father disturbed if his little child hates him? I have accepted your beating in this paternal mood or parental mood. Unbelievable. I have accepted your beating in this parental mood. What is more important is that anyone who hears your wonderful and devotional prayers to me will certainly develop loving attachment to me, to my lotus feet. You are the recipient of my Lord's mercy. Therefore, you are free from all blame. Whoever worships my Lord Gauranga becomes most dear to me, and I offer him my protection eternally. If anyone disregards Lord Chaitanya but offers me worship and sings my glories, he suffers pain, birth after birth. He then embraced Madhai and took away all his misery. Madhai again fell at Lord Nityananda's feet and said, I have one other prayer, my Lord. You are situated in everyone's heart, and I have inflicted severe violence on many such living entities. I do not even know to whom and to how many souls I have inflicted pain. If I could recognize them, then I would beg forgiveness from them. However, in this situation, I am deprived of their blessings and forgiveness. O Lord, if you are pleased with me, then advise me how I can get out of this dilemma. These such saintly devotees now, feeling so much about his own misdeeds and how much he has inflicted pains to other living entities. Lord Nityananda replied, listen to my advice, Madhai. Construct a bathing ghat on the Ganga so the residents of Nadia can take bath without difficulty. They will fondly think of you for this convenience. This will also be a service to Ganga Devi, who dissolves everyone's sins with her pure waters. What better blessings can you ask for? Stand at the bathing place and beg for forgiveness from every bather, praying to them for their blessings. In this way, you can exonerate yourself of all offenses. So very nice, intimate conversation we are hearing between Madhai and Nityananda. Madhai took to heart Lord Nityananda's advice. After circumambulating him several times with utmost love and respect, he left. Chanting Krishna's holy name, while tears of Krishna Prema streamed down his face, he began to construct alone a proper bathing place on the bank of the Ganga. The people saw this sight with great wonder. Madhai offered prostrated obeisances to everyone who came to the site and begged them, saying, please forgive me for all the offenses I have committed knowingly or unknowingly against you, and think of me graciously. Seeing Madhai's humility and devotional mood, the people were happy beyond words and remembered Lord Govinda. Madhai shed tears of love for the Lord while he worked. The world went around. Nimai Pandit has marvelously converted Jagai and Madhai into good and pious men. The people greeted the news with sheer astonishment and commented, Nimai Pandit is not an ordinary mortal. Evil men have ridiculed and criticized Nimai Pandit without knowing him. Nimai Pandit was always actually engaged in performing kirtan. Nimai Pandit is truly a real devotee of Krishna. Whoever ridicules or denigrates him will certainly meet his doom. So in this chapter, we are understanding very nicely but very intimate conversation between Madhavananda with Sri Nityananda. He frankly disclosed his heart that day and night he was always thinking about his past cruel activities, sinful activities, and how he mercilessly hit the head of Nityananda Prabhu, and he would not pardon himself. So he begged again and again about the forgiveness of Nityananda. And Nityananda just smiled. You are my child. I'm your father. Father does not feel disturbed if the little boy hits the father. I have accepted you in that parental love. How magnanimous Nityananda Prabhu. So our relationship with Nityananda Prabhu also. We are ignorant. We are fallen living entities. From time immemorial, we are here, and we are wandering through the 8.4 millions of lives again and again, again and again. Why? Because of our offenses, because of our sinful activities. We've been still rotating, still we are here. We need Nityananda Prabhu's mercy and forgiveness. Then Mahaprabhu will give us the love of God. Mahaprabhu told at that time, that when the first meeting was there in Nandanacharya's house, that if one worships me but does not worship Nityananda or neglects Nityananda Prabhu, then I never accept that worship. Whoever worships Nityananda also is very dear to me. He can please me easily by worshipping Nityananda. And Nityananda Prabhu said, Gauranga Mahaprabhu said, only by worshipping me and neglecting Nityananda Prabhu, he cannot worship me. I cannot accept the worship of that person, because we are non-different to each other. So Nityananda Prabhu also said to everyone, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, worship Krishna, and also learn Krishna's teachings, as well as he said, Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laho Gaurangir Namre, Je Jana Gauranga Bhaje Shehayamar Pranare. Same Krishna has now appeared as Gauranga. So worship Gauranga, Bhaja Gauranga, Kaha Gauranga, Laha Gaurangir Nam. Whoever worships Gauranga, he is my life, he is so dear to me. So in this way, we are understanding that when we worship Radha Krishna along with Gaurnitai, then our worship is complete. By worshipping Gaurnitai, we get the full credit to enter into Vrindavan Leela. When we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we address both Radha Krishna and Gaurnitai together. We don't have to address separately. Like there are so many other, made up mantras, within the holy name, like that. Nitai Gaur Radhe Shyam, Bhajo Hare Krishna Hare Ram. No. Because Hare means Radharani, Krishna, Supreme Lord. And Radha Krishna combined form is Gauranga. Also Ram can be Nityananda Ram, Balaram, Lord Ramachandra, or Parshuram, or Radhika Raman. According to the mood. Our mood is we worship Radha Krishna through Gaurnitai. Why? Then all the offenses are immediately forgiven by the mercy of Gaurnitai. By surpassing Gaurnitai, we cannot approach Radha Krishna because we are not simply qualified. In this Kali Yuga, we are not simply qualified. And always we should remember that from time immemorial, we are still here. We need mercy. And who can give us this mercy? Who can completely forgive our all offenses and sins? Nityananda Prabhu. When we surrender ourselves at the lotus feet of Nityananda, then Nityananda Prabhu accepts us and offers us to Gauranga. On Gauranga's mercy, by Gauranga's mercy, we properly approach Radha Krishna. Means Gauranga Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna, none other than Radha Krishna combined form. So worshipping Gauranga Mahaprabhu in the relationship of servitorship, Gauranga Dasya, when we worship, when we surrender to the lotus feet of Nityananda and Gauranga as the eternal servants, whom we are approaching, Radha Krishna and Nityananda Prabhu in Krishna Lila also, Ananga Manjari. So in this way, we are approaching Radha Krishna in Vrindavan. So we get full credit for entering into Krishna Lila or entering into Vrindavan. This is the complete arrangement. And by Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, our Acharya, Srila Prabhupada, went to the Western world, New York City, and started this great movement, Harinam Sankirtan. Some or other we have come in contact with the ISKCON movement, and now we should take full advantage of the whole arrangement. We must take advantage of the mercy of Gauranitai, and thus be fully eligible for going back to Krishna or entering to Vrindavan Lila. So we should worship Radha Krishna along with Gauranitai, along with that Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. All the devotees. Hare.
Thank you so much, Mati. Such a nice class. Of course, as always, your classes are so sweet and so enjoyable and so delicious, Mataji. It's very
Today
nice.
I just read from this book. I'm requesting everyone should have this Chaitanya Bhagavatam.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much. Mataji, with your permission, if it is okay with you, and it's 9:35 for you, it's okay. Can we open up for a few questions, Mataji, if it's okay?
Yes, if there is any discussion.
Thank you, Mataji. Devotees, anyone has any questions, please. I think looks like Gail Mataji already raised her hand. Mataji, can you please unmute your bridge and you can raise your question, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Madhusvaji.
Hare Bol. Gauranga is so beautiful. Gauranga Mahaprabhu's.
Yeah, thank you so much for this class. Actually, you spoke on the subject I really want. I've been for years wanting some better understanding. This concept of, without Lord Nityananda's mercy, we cannot get Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Without Lord Chaitanya's mercy, we cannot get the mercy of Radha and Krishna. So one question is, since Radha Krishna and Lord Chaitanya are essentially the same, why is it so necessary to get the mercy of Lord Chaitanya in order to get the mercy of Radha Krishna? They're basically the same, and also, what does it even mean to say that you need one person's mercy in order to get the other? What does that actually mean? So these two questions I have.
Nice. In Tattva, Radha Krishna and Gauranga are non-different Tattva. Now we are even not eligible to worship Gauranga, because we do not understand his Tattva. Nityananda Prabhu has revealed Gauranga. Nityananda Prabhu also revealed that through Gauranga Mahaprabhu's mercy, we can attain love of God. Actually, we are so tiny jiva soul, infested with so many offenses, countless, sinful activities, sinful reactions. From time immemorial, this Kali Yuga is very important, very special, and specifically targeted to deliver all the living beings from the clutches of Maya, and by giving full love of Krishna, making them fully eligible for entering into Vrindavan Leela, because Krishna himself wanted that. He planned. After going back to Golok Dham, he was thinking, oh, I performed such wonderful pastimes in Vrindavan, but I never gave a process, most simple process, that in the Kali Yuga, most fallen, living beings can become eligible for entering into my Leela. Moreover, it is my desire. He had 3 desires, right? To fulfill my 3 unfulfilled desires that I developed in Vrindavan as Krishna while I was exhibiting my pastimes with Radharani and gopis. I have developed 3 very intense desires. So I want to fulfill my 3 desires, and I want to display more nectarian pastimes, and I'll perform those pastimes with the devotees of Kali Yuga Jivas. And I'll drown everyone in the nectar of love of Godhead. This is my desire. That's why Mahaprabhu's mercy is just inconceivable. Means, as we know, he was intoxicated in love of Godhead, so he was not a normal person. He did not act normally, what he used to act in other yugas. So this special Kali Yuga is special. But still, we, the living entities, are not even have any qualification to approach Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Many residents of Navadvip did not understand Gauranga Mahaprabhu at all. They offended him in so many ways. So that's why he took sannyas, order of life. Right? They were not understanding Mahaprabhu's mercy or his tattva, because it is beyond even our understanding. So we, without a guru's mercy, we cannot approach Supreme Lord. Many of us, means, the human beings, they understand, well, we do not need any guru in between, right? I can approach directly Krishna or God and achieve Krishna Prema. Actually, we cannot do it. The process is not that, for any, in this world also, to achieve something very valuable, we have to go through a very systematic way, step-by-step process. You cannot just go directly to the, head of the department and say, I want this, do it now. You cannot do it directly. Through proper channel, we have to go. It's the same way we cannot approach Supreme Lord. We have to go through proper channel. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Without the mercy of Guru, we cannot approach Supreme Lord. It is not designed. Because Guru empowers us with the knowledge. Now, who could be the best Guru or better Guru? Sorry. Who could be the better Guru than Lord himself? In Bhagavad Gita also, Arjuna accepted Krishna as Guru, first Guru. You are my Guru. I am your disciple. Please instruct me. So Guru Kripa is first. Although he approached Krishna in the battlefield, at that moment to understand Krishna's instruction, he needed a Guru. So where you could find Guru at the battlefield? So he accepted Krishna. You are my Guru. Otherwise, if you would say, you are Lord himself, you are Supreme Lord, you please instruct me. Then Supreme Lord would say, okay, first you go to Guru. And he did say that. Tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadyakshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattva darshina. He said that. Everyone should first approach Guru. This is the proper channel. So Arjuna accepted Krishna Guru at the beginning. Oh, you are my Guru. So then Krishna acted as his Guru. Anyway, so we need Guru's mercy first. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata. We cannot directly approach. You can go, but it will not be revealed to us. So Nityananda Prabhu acted as Guru. He also is, he both combinedly, Nityananda Gauranga established the Dharma, Harinam Sankirtan. Gauranga Mahaprabhu ordered Nityananda Prabhu to establish Dharma. Ghare ghare jaya karo ei bhikha, bolo Krishna, kaho Krishna, bolo Krishna, bhajo Krishna, karo Krishna shikha. Through Nityananda Prabhu, he preached this, or he instructed all the devotees. So Nityananda Prabhu acted as Guru. And Guru is more merciful than Krishna. We can easily approach Guru. And Guru is so much empowered that he acts on behalf of Krishna and can shower mercy and forgive our offenses and connect us with the mercy of Supreme Lord. This is the point. So, although your question is very nice, that Mahaprabhu is Radha Krishna combined form, why do we need another personality to understand Gauranga? It's a proper channel. To understand Gauranga Tattva is also not possible. Maybe we can have the information. Realization is not possible without Guru Kripa. At the time of crisis, we will forget it. We'll be thinking material things. At the time of death, to think of Krishna is so rare. If we do not have Guru Krishna Kripa, and if we do not practice under their shelter whole life, otherwise our mind will be deviated. Okay, is that okay?
Yeah, so you said, I think you answered a question I was going to ask, which was, because you said that if we even go to Gauranga directly, it will not be revealed to us. What is it that will not be revealed to us?
The Krishna Tattva, Krishna mercy. That's why Krishna appeared as Pancha Tattva, full manifestation. Acharya, Guru, his energies, means with the help of all, we can understand Tattva, because time is very short in Kali Yuga. Our brain is very dull. Lifespan is short, brain is dull. We are so much disturbed with so many problems, difficulties. We're overwhelmed with so many problems. And last thing is the spiritual life in our mind. Easy taking care of our problems. Oh my God, everyone's life is just burdened by so many duties, problems, difficulties. There's no time. Situation, we have to achieve Krishna Prem, the highest treasure, most valuable, expensive treasure. For this, we have to perform penances and austerities life after life after life. Bahunam janmanam ante anavan mam prapadyate devam sakhi sa mahatma sidurlava. But in this Kali Yuga, the golden opportunity is just accept go nitai, surrender totally, beg for their mercy, and at the same time chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, worship Radha Krishna deities, go back. Just give your life totally in their hands. That's it, done.
Yeah, and last thing, when we use this word approach, right?
Yeah.
You cannot approach this personality or that personality. What are we really saying by approach?
Approach means we know when there is some difficulties, like go near to God. Like the approaching means go near to God. For example, if we have some health problems, then we approach a doctor. We go to see a doctor, right? But that also, so many formalities are there to see a doctor. So approaching means I want to see God, I want to have His mercy, like that. Yeah, like 4 types of people, they approach Krishna, right? Artha, Artharthi, Jigyashu, Jnani, right? The approach.
Yeah.
Yes, we want His favor, we want His mercy, right? And Krishna says, Jnani is my most dear to me because he doesn't want anything. But he is Eka Bhakti Vishishyate, Eka Bhakti, Kevala Bhakti. He just totally devoted to me. That person is very dear. Who is without any motivation, without any demand, desire, just totally devoted to me, with one pointed devotion to me. Eka Bhakti Vishishyate. So to understand that how to perform Eka Bhakti Vishishyate, we need Guru. Others will be Artha devotees, Artharthi devotees, like that. Inquisitive devotees. Jnani means impersonalist, generally. Devotees, no devotion is there. But who crosses all and become Eka Bhakti Vishishyate, totally devoted. Me is very dear. To understand what is pure devotion and how to accept Krishna's shelter, take shelter, is a great science. Without Guru's help, it's not possible. And we become whimsical. There's a great chance to be atheistic if we directly approach God. We go to church, we go to mosque, we temple with a great list, right? Shopping list. Give me this, give me that. We approach that way, generally. Artha. I need this, fulfill my demand. If Krishna or God does not fulfill, then I do not like that, or I don't accept. So there's a great chance to become atheist. And Gurudev trains us. No, this is not the right way to approach. Give up all the material desires and surrender unto God. Surrender. worship with full devotion, become surrendered, subordinate to the will of the Lord. This point, who will say? Guru. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, one more question from Gayatri Mataji. Gayatri Mataji, you can unmute your line. You can ask your question, Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
It was a beautiful lecture. Thank you. Mataji, my question is, I think we always discuss about, chanting, following all the regulative principles and going back to Godhead, to Golok Vrindavan. So my question is, Mataji, is there a way where we can be a part of Gauranga and Nitya Leela? Because they may be happening at other universes, and is there a place, special planet in Vaikunth? I don't know.
Yes, means Gaudiya Vaishnavas have extra benefit. When you go back to Golok, Golok Dham is not just one chamber. There are two chambers in Golok. One is Krishna's Gokul Dham, another is Shvetodvip, Navadvip, where Gauranga and Panchatattva and the devotees, they perform Sankirtan Leela simultaneously. From Brahma Samhita, we understand this. We got this information. So the followers of Gauranga Mahaprabhu can go to both Leelas, means they participate in the Vrindavan Leelas of Radha Krishna Leela and as well as Navadvip Leela. More specifically in Vrindavan Leela, they become Manjaris, and in Gauranga Leelas, they become generally Brahmanas or male associate of Gauranga, where they perform Sankirtan Leela. For example, Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami is an associate in Gauranga Leela. And in Krishna Leela, he is Rupa Manjari. And our preceptors, our acharyas, they're all Manjaris in Krishna Leela. And in Gaura Leela, they're all associates who are performing Sankirtan Leela, especially in male body. So in this way, like Kamala Manjari is Bhakti Vinod Thakur. The 6 Goswamis are all Manjaris. Their spiritual identity. So your question is that do they participate in the Gauranga Leela? Yes, that is that information we receive from our acharya. This is the special benefit in both Leelas. But who are only worshipping Radha Krishna in Braja Bhav, they go to Vrindavan and they enter into Krishna Leela only. Or exclusive Gauranga Mahaprabhu's devotees, exclusively if they worship only Gaurnitai, they enter into Navadvip Leela. But who are worshipping both Gaurnitai and Radha Krishna simultaneously, they enter into both Leelas. These are the very high topic. As we are chanting nicely, following rules and regulations, our relationship with Krishna will be revealed to us, will be settled by Gauranga Mahaprabhu. We don't have to worry for anything. Our only process is to worship Gaurnitai with full Dasya Bhav. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu will settle the Braja Bhava, Braja Rasa in Sakhya Ras or Vatsalya Ras or Madhurya Ras, 3 rasas mainly. Mahaprabhu will settle in our heart. It's not that we can make up. So both things are available for the devotees who are worshipping Gaurnita and Radha Krishna simultaneously. Is that okay?
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Anyone else have any questions? Looks like no more questions, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. We're
Thank
looking
you.
forward
I want to see everyone.
Yeah, can everyone turn on their videos, please?
Haribol.
You would like to see all the Richmond devotees and whoever other participants.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So
Hare
nice
Krishna,
to
Mataji. Dandavat pranam always to
Haribol.
Srila Prabhupada and
Dandavat
Mataji. Nice, wonderful class,
pranam.
Mataji.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you,
Haribol.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Wonderful class.
Haribol. Nice to
Hare
see
Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Very nice.
Haribol.
Haribol.
I feel that I'm at home.
Yes.
We also feel the same, Mataji.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, it is now 10 o'clock. Yeah, but it was so wonderful for me to see you, to have your association. Very nice. Hare Krishna. So, yeah, if there is nothing, so we can end now.
Yes, Mataji.
Permission. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha sindhavai vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Hare
Mataji. Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.